Alright guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Daniel and I run a business investing / lifestyle channel here on YouTube. So if any of those topics interest you, I suggest to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you're updated whenever I upload new videos. Today, what we're going to be talking about is how to get your real estate license in Florida. But before we get into all the good details, I also want to state that I have a Discord investing server where we talk about real estate investing, stock market investing, and luxury watch investing. So if any of those topics also interest you, just click the link in the description and it's free to join. And also, if you stick to the end, I'll be telling you exactly where to get this complete study guide of questions that are going to be on the exam with the correct answer that coincides with that question. It's a study guide, guys, a study guide. So now if you're in Florida, you're probably wondering where you take your pre-license course. Of course, there are two stages. First, you have to take a pre-license course, which you can take in a week. And if not, you'll go, the next option is a 4-week class. And you also have the option to take it online or in a school, right? So there are a handful of schools. The school that I took my pre-license course in was Gold Coast Schools, and I had a professor which was very, very good. I think he only does week courses. So I guess if you want a chance to have that professor, take a week course. Now, if the week course doesn't really fancy you, you don't really have time to take an entire course, 8-hour per day course, right? So you have to stay 8 hours in the class every day for a full week. And if you miss about 8 hours in the whole week, you have to retake it to pass. Also, there are a couple of other requirements that you need. You need to be at least 18 years of age, have a high school diploma or something equivalent to that, have a social security number, and be able to answer questions regarding criminal background if such exists, right? So if any of those, if you fall under any of these categories and you have all of that, then you're good to go. You can take your pre-license course and of course then go ahead and take the state exam. So how much is a pre-license course, right? So I was charged $550 for this 1-week course, and when I signed up, I had to take my fingerprints. So they do take your fingerprints at the school, so you don't need to go to a different location to take your fingerprints, although if you want to, I guess you can. And then they hand you, the first day of class, they hand you one book, right? So this is the 2018-2019 real estate pre-license course book. It's pretty thick, has all the information you need here. And my professor did a really, really good job at pointing out exactly what we need to know. He doesn't really want you to study this whole book. You know, they really do have good professors in there. He was pretty successful in real estate, and but basically, if we go through these pages, you'll see exactly, that what I highlighted here. And of course, he tells you exactly what you need to highlight or underline so you can study and focus on those. Also, later in the class, he then handed out another little booklet that gives you all the terms for real estate. So if you're going to be operating the real estate business, it's always good to know what type of terms they use. And if you don't know what type of terms, you can just search it up here. It's like a little dictionary, and see what they mean by hard money, health ordinance, hearing officer. And they also talk about a lot of real estate rights in this book, which I actually went through. So it's good to look this over. Now, after passing the pre-license course, you also have to take a state exam. Now, this school, I believe, covers the state exam, so you don't have to pay again for the state exam. And based on my research, because I will be studying for the state exam, I only passed the pre-license course with an 85. So based on my research, if we flip to this page here, you'll see exactly what's going to be on the state exam. So of course, as of today, there are going to be 6 questions in Chapter 2 for real estate license, law, and qualifications for licensure. 7 questions in Chapter 4 of authorized relationships, duties, and disclosure. 12 questions, Chapter 5, real estate brokerage activities and procedures. 8 questions in Chapter 8, real estate property rights. 7 questions in Chapter 9, title, deeds, and ownership restrictions. 5 questions in Chapter 10, legal descriptions, 12 questions in Chapter 11, real estate contracts, 9 questions in Chapter 12, residential mortgages, 6 questions in Chapter 14, real estate related computations and closing transactions, 8 questions in Chapter 16, real estate appraisal. So of course, I would suggest, which I'm going to do, is study all the questions in those chapters, and then I guess they'll get 6 questions, 7 questions, 12 questions. And then also I would also recommend focusing on the ones that have more questions. So focus on Chapter 5, Chapter 11, Chapter 12, Chapter 16. So work your way down, put them in order from the most questions to the least questions of each chapter, and then of course study on those, the first big chunk of questions, because if you get all those right and then the other one's wrong, it's not gonna really matter. Because then you'll pass, right? And the passing score is for the pre-license course is 70 or above. So if you get a 75, 71, of course you pass. And I was lucky enough to pass, right, with an 85. And now, if you're a type of person that likes to study and also use other resources during the test, that may not be allowed. You can. There were students around me that did other methods to pass the test and they didn't get caught. There are cameras in the class. Of course, the school that I went to, which was Gold Coast and Doral, and the pretty big classroom of about 50 students, and the teacher sits all the way in the front. And most of the time, he won't notice that maybe you're doing something that you're not supposed to. So if you're that type of person, you can. And if this school fits your needs, then I suggest this school taking the 1-week course. If not, take the 4-week course to, of course, fit your schedule. So for the state exam, it's a little bit different for the passing score. You need to pass the 75 to become licensed. So once you pass the state exam, they'll hand you over your real estate license. But when you pass the pre-license course, they'll just give you a certificate that basically tells you that you passed and that you will have the rights to take the state exam. Now, I believe you need to take the state exam within a year of passing your real estate pre-license course, because if not, then you'll have to take your pre-license course again and then go ahead and take the state exam. And yes, you'll have to pay for the pre-license course if you don't take the state exam within that 1 year. Now, of course, there are a lot of resources online, and like I said earlier, I'll be giving you exactly a study guide that has basically the correct answers and most of the questions that are going to be on the test, so you can review that and maybe print it out and use any I guess I'm not going to endorse cheating on the test, but if that's the type of person you want to be, then I guess you want to risk it, go ahead. But basically, that's the video for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and got some value out of it. Now, of course, I was speaking out of my personal experience from being in this class at Gold Coast Schools. I'll put all the links in the description for all the resources, especially the study guide that I'll be giving you. And the winking is not a coincidence. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, guys.